Good morning. For digital logic fundamental. Next one is a binary subtraction. So how to perform the binary subtraction? So the first 0, 0, 0 minus 0 is a 0. Then 1 minus 0 is a 1. 0 minus 1 is a 1. 1 minus 1 is a 0. 0 minus 1 is a 1 with borrow of 1 from the previous column. So like addition, here we perform the subtractions, but 0 minus 1 means 1. We borrow, as like in the decimal, we borrow from the previous column. In binary also, we borrow from the previous column. Now, take one example, 1101 minus 1001. Okay. So first 1 minus 0 is a 0. 0 minus 0 is a 0. So 1 minus 0 is a 1. 1 minus 1 is a 0. So this is the simple binary subtraction. Right. Then let me take another example. So 1110 minus 1101, that is, this is equivalent 26 minus 12. The result is the 14. Now we perform in the subtraction. 0 minus 0 is a 0. 1 minus 0 is a 1. Here 0 minus 1. So 1 borrow. We borrow from this digit, therefore this becomes 0. Then 0 minus 1. Again 1, that means borrow from this digit. Now this digit becomes the 0. So 0 minus 0 is a 0. So the answer is a 1110. Okay. 0 minus 0 is a 0. 1 minus 0 is a 1. Here 0 minus 1 means 1. Borrow from this digit. So this digit we borrow here. Now this digit becomes 0. So again 0 minus 1. Since 0 minus 1 is a 1 which borrow from the previous digit. Therefore now this becomes 0. So this is the answer. We take another example. So 1 minus 1 is a 0. 0 minus 1 is a 1 borrow. So this is borrow. Therefore this becomes 0. Now 0 minus 0 is a 0. 1 minus 1 is a 0. So 0 minus 1 is a 1. So borrow. So borrow means this becomes 0. So 0 minus 0 is a 0. Then 1 minus 0 is a 1. Then next example, 1 minus 0 is a 1. 0 minus 1 means we borrow. Okay, so this becomes 0. 0 minus 1 is a 1, borrow, therefore this becomes 0. So 0 minus 0 is a 0. Again 0 minus 1 is a 1, so borrow, therefore this digit becomes 0. So 0 minus 1 is a 1, so borrow, so this digit becomes 0. So 0 minus 1 is a 1, borrow, therefore this digit becomes 0. So 0 minus 0 is a 0. 0 minus 0 is a 0. 1 minus 1 is a 0. Okay. So again 1 minus 0 is a 1. Here 0 minus 1 means we borrow from the previous digit. Therefore the previous digit becomes here 0 since we borrow it to this digit. Okay. So this is 0 minus 1 is a 1. Borrow means this digit becomes 0. 0 minus 0 is a 0. Again here 0 minus 1 borrow from this digit. So 0 minus 1 is a 1. Since borrow means it is 0. So 0 minus 1. Therefore we borrow from this digit. So this digit is a 0. Then again 0 minus 1. So we borrow from this digit, therefore 1. Therefore this becomes 0. 0 minus 0 is a 0. 0 minus 0 is a 0. 1 minus 1 is a 0. So another example is 0 minus 0 is a 0. So 0 minus 1. So we borrow here, therefore this digit becomes 0. 0 minus 1 is a 1. Now 0 minus 0 is a 0. 1 minus 1 is a 0. Similarly, here 0. So 1 minus 0 is a 1. So 0 minus 1 means we borrow from the previous digit. Therefore, 0 minus 1 is a 1. Borrow. So this digit becomes 0. So 0 minus 1. Borrow. Therefore, we borrow from this digit. So 0 minus 1 is a 1. Now this digit becomes 0. So 0 minus 1. Again, borrow means from here we borrow it. Therefore here borrow it means this digit becomes 0. This digit becomes 1. Okay. So 0 minus 1 is a 1. So 1 minus 1 is a 0. Here 0 minus 0 is a 0. Then 0 minus 1. We borrow from this digit. So 1. So this digit becomes the 0. Okay. So 1 minus 0 is a 1. Here borrow. So 1. This digit becomes 0. Again it is a borrow. So 1. This digit becomes 0. Then 0 minus 1. Again borrow means here 1. Previous digit has no 0 means and no 1. Therefore we borrow from the other digit. When we borrow from this other digit, this becomes 0 and this becomes 1. Now 1 minus 1 is a 0. Then here 0. 0 minus 0 is a 0. Then again 0 minus 1 means we borrow from this one. 1. And then this is 0. 0 minus 0 is a 0. Another example, 1 minus 1 is a 0. Here 0 minus 0 is a 0. So 0 minus 1. Here there is no digit and hence we have to borrow from these digits. So this is 1. So one more thing here, one more digit is missing. Okay. Let me see this example. So this is the highest number from which we can subtract this one. Okay. So that is 1 minus 1 is a 0. 0 minus 0. Actually 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3, 2 power 4. So 16. 16 plus 1, 17. This one is wrong. Okay, let me see this example. 0 minus 1 is here. 1. We borrow here. This also wrong. Okay. We subtract from this to this and then put negative sign. Right. Now, perform the following binary subtractions. Okay, we take this problem. This is the answer. Here decimal number is given. First, we have to convert the decimal into binary. That is 93.5 into binary. Similarly, 42.75 into binary, and then perform the binary subtraction, whose answer is this one.